Honestly, my big brother's the worst. Why is he allowed to go anywhere he wants? Well, I'm forbidden from even going outside.
He isn't to blame, though. It's merely his duty.
But the fiery stone from heaven fell.
As I recall, you were told not to speak of that so carelessly.
You know, he used to be an adventurer, but as soon as I show any interest in becoming one myself, he's completely against the idea.
That's only because he knows the pros and cons of being one.
Say! I just remembered. You said your big brother's a merchant, right?
Well, my cousin is. He leaves every morning when they open the gate, and stays until dark making his sales. Oh? It seems as though His Majesty has returned.
Really? Welcome back home, big brother! This is perfect. Now he'll never suspect that I plan to sneak out of the palace tonight. Archbishop! Oh, you must be so tired.
Thank you both.
Let's start unloading the luggage. Now, where shall we be lodging?
Regarding that, I'd be pleased to have you stay at the temple.
Great! It's not like we're finding a royal suite anywhere, so I'm in.
Sounds good to me, too. It's getting late, so I bet most of the inns around here are already full. What about you?
I don't mind. I see no reason to object. But there's something I want to look into. Is there a library here?
Well, let me show you there now. My own authority should be enough to allow you to...
Nope. We need to eat first.
That's fine. There's no reason not to.
Then we shall wait until you have returned, I suppose.
There's actually somewhere I'd like to go.
Exploring alone is too risky.
It should be safer if there are two of us. Why don't I join you?
So, I guess we'll split up into groups of 2 and 3.
Gotta say, I'm impressed that our lovely Archbishop knows a place as rowdy as this.
Well, she was an adventurer once as well. I'm sure she knows many places such as this.
Seems like something's troubling you over there.
You can tell?
Of course I can. It's been a good year since this party formed. Humans live an average of 50 years, so that's 1/50th of your life. There's nothing to sneeze at.
We haven't been as focused on goblin slaying lately.
I suppose you're right. We've not. Well, other than that ambush and a few fights. And now... Jeez!
It was fun.
Huh?
But the shadow of the goblins was never far. In which case, perhaps I've strayed from my duty.
Duty?
Indeed, because I am Goblin Slayer.
Do you know how smiths temper a sword?
No, I don't.
Heat it, strike it, cool it, then heat it again.
Heat it, strike it, cool it, heat it again.
You must do all of the above. You can't do too much or too little of any single one. A soft sword is supple, but doesn't strike well. A hard one will cut well, but breaks easily. So what is a good sword? The more you cut, the more it chips. Sharpen it, and less steel. Eventually, they all just disappear. So what is a good sword, then?
I don't know.
Of course you wouldn't know. The best way to live is not knowing. The secrets of steel are deep and complicated.
You sound like a priest yourself, Sir Spellcaster.
How about some guidance from a real priest?
There are very few people whose obligations are indispensable to the world at large. To simply live and die, that's all one must truly do. And that is more than difficult enough. Even the wild and free beasts of the field cannot live their lives precisely the way they wish. As for those of us who speak words, to worry and feel lost are well and good. I believe that itself is the meaning of life, and reminds us to seek pleasure. Sweet nectar!
Sink deeper, boy, and then kick. Do that till you surface, then repeat. Otherwise, you're gonna die.
I see.
It is so.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
Sorry it took so long. But, I hunt goblins, still. And it still makes me tremble, the same way you'd scold me for. Oh yeah, I met your younger brother. I ended up being his mentor, if you can believe that. I wonder what you'd say. I may not know much, but I taught him everything I could. I'll come back.
So whose grave is that?
A former party member of mine.
Oh, wow. What were they like?
Honestly, I'm not too sure. I didn't really have much time to get to know her.
Yeah, that happens more often than it should.
Right.
Any others?
Well, there's one more, but...
But you shouldn't keep torturing yourself over it now. Whatever happened, I'm sure it wasn't your fault.
I can't say the others are to blame, though.
So earnest. Enough! Now, let's go have some fun!
I'm sorry. I've never been here.
I'd heard this was a bathhouse, but there's a lot of other stuff to do.
Yes. The fitness center's open if you want to work out, and we also offer massages, light meals, and some refreshments as well.
And what's that cost?
Everything's included with the entrance fee you paid. Please enjoy yourself.
Thanks. Is she watching me? She looks like a soldier, maybe?
Come on, time for the bath!
Oh, right.
Over here! There.
They'll get wrinkled if you don't fold them properly.
Huh? Oh, who cares? I had no idea you were still using that.
Oh, yes. It's very dear to me.
You make it sound like it's legendary equipment or something. Now, let's go. Wash my back, and I'll wash yours.
Okay.
The water's so warm, I feel like I could just fall asleep.
Apparently, this place also has a hot sauna. Pretty sure it's in the back.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's written on the guide in the changing room.
I'm gonna go check it out.
Wait! I thought...
Hey,
Oh, pardon.
you look like an adventurer.
I am?
I knew it! So, what's your class?
I'm a devoted servant of the Great Earth Mother.
You're a priestess? That's pretty cool.
If you were hoping to recruit someone to join your party, I'm afraid that I'm already in one.
Huh? Oh, no, sorry. I wasn't thinking that.
What's this all about?
Say, I can't help but be curious. What's your equipment like? And what's your rank?
Let's see, I'm steel rank now. And my standard equipment consists of a priest robe, a sounding staff, and my chainmail.
Does any of that have, you know, holy power or blessing on them or something like that?
No, they're pretty normal. Just an ordinary staff and some basic chainmail, really.
Thanks a bunch. That was a huge help. Huh?
You want to become an adventurer, right? Just be prepared. You'll need to shop a lot.
You're right. That's great advice. I'll shop then.
Phew! I almost passed out in there. The heat is intense. Oh, do you know her?
No, she's just some girl.
What's the matter?
My things! I left them here and...
We can't find her clothing anywhere. And she's a priestess, too. They aren't the kind of clothes you mistakenly take.
Give me a moment. I'll go check with the guard right now.
Hey, don't worry. They'll do all they can.
I know, but, what if it's too late?
I am so sorry. It's odd. Someone wearing the holy robes of the Earth Mother was seen leaving here, but now she's long gone.
They stole them?
Pardon me, please. Look, this is my money pouch.
A soldier? But why?
It was her. No, how could she? Not my chainmail. It's the first thing he ever complimented me on.
Don't cry. I'm sorry I suggested this. I swear, we'll get it back.
You're just going to leave her alone, then? Well, you see, distressed girls need comforting.
Do they?
Yes, they do. You should never leave a girl to cry on her own.
I know. I learned that long ago.
Really? I see. Here, I brought a book for you. It's too late to visit the library tonight, but I thought this would be better than nothing.
Okay. Things often end up lost.
Right.
When I was a boy, my father promised he'd give me his dagger when I became a man. It was a very nice dagger, I believe, with a hawk's head carved on the grip. I have no idea where it is now, though. It's gone.
I understand. I'm going to the castle tomorrow. I have a meeting there, a council with the king. He and I have a long history together, so I'll try to let him know about the situation.
Please do. Thanks.
Yes, leave it to me. My, it's so late. Sweet dreams.
Yeah, you too.
About the flaming stone from the heavens that fell at the Holy Mount. So what do we know?
It is an ill omen. The stargazers say an unexpected one has fallen upon the board.
Ah, unexpected? Then this is the work of chance and not fate, I take it. And what about the Holy Mount? How did the flaming stone affect it?
As always, it's quite difficult to climb the Holy Mount, Your Majesty. It would be different if there were caves along the inside, but climbing the outer walls is tough.
Indeed. It would be a challenge to get our forces on the mount.
I might have guessed.
However, if something were to come down from it, then we should be able to encircle it immediately, sire. We will not allow a single monster to set foot in our domain.
You should be cautious. I went to take a look at the base of the mountain, and I sensed something I didn't recognize.
So that means we might have to play our wild card while we can and summon her. All right, we'll make preparations so we can support her once she arrives. And how has the city fared during my absence?
South of the city, a religion devoted to the god of wisdom is spreading.
And I suppose those who do not believe in it will face a terrible curse.
We know not what the truth of the matter is.
Ah. Then we'll have to take care of that, won't we?
Majesty.
Yes, I know.
Is the God of Wisdom the same as the one who gives knowledge?
The god of knowledge walks through the darkness of his own accord and blesses those who offer up the light of learning.
But the God of Wisdom doesn't.
He neither leads nor reveals his path. Rather, he flings the flame of insight at you.
That seems to be quite a distinction.
And what about that which is beyond our sight?
At the moment, there is no sign that the order of the world is in disarray, Your Majesty. There are now more refugees, orphans, and homeless due to the conflict. But there is still plenty of work in these times. Oh, also...
Go on. Tell me.
I beg your pardon. A friend of mine was the victim of theft over at the bathhouse yesterday. They took her holy robes and a set of mail, cherished ones.
A theft?
Furthermore, I would like to see the goblins completely destroyed.
Well then, we'll look into it. Moving on. Let's hear about the new training centers.
Right. As of right now, we're on target. They're fast approaching completion. Although, it appears some recruits find it difficult to accept that they must train after they become adventurers.
Changing the way people think doesn't happen quickly. It requires time and education.
Yes, and for that reason, I suggest we provide meals to those in training so that we might attract hungry adventurers.
A good suggestion, but do we have the budget for that?
No, we don't. It'd likely put us in the red. Perhaps the training centers could be entrusted with clearing rats or roaches out of the sewers to fund it.
Do you think we should have them slay goblins as well? Would that also not address the Archbishop's concern? Oh. Just a thought. Sorry.
Well, that's not a bad idea, but it's best we limit them to the sewers. Proceed with your plan.
Thank you very much. I simply must get through!
What's the meaning of this? We're in council!
But there's awful news! I'm so sorry!
I was approached by a girl this morning.
Sir, would you mind taking me north?
It was a simple request, so of course I happily gave her a ride on my cart. But we were attacked by goblins on our way, and since we were outnumbered, I left my cart behind and tried to escape on my horse, until...
We have to fight back! back! They're just goblins!
I heard her say she was going to fight off the goblins. The cart suddenly flipped over, and the girl was thrown off. The next thing I knew, the creatures had taken her. I was frantic to get help, so I returned to the city as fast as I possibly could. I had no idea. How could I have known that she was the princess?
We must rescue her at once!
The king's sister flees, commits thievery on a priestess, is captured by goblins, and then the army sent in?
But, Your Majesty!
I know! But if word of such a scandal reaches the soldiers, rumors will once again spread to the other lands. This is life or death for our nation. A trustworthy adventurer. That is our only option.
We need to find their location. Now, where were you attacked?
Up north. I was headed to the Holy Mount, right about here.
And is there anywhere in this general area that could be a potential goblin nest?
I'm not too sure. I mean, the things can survive just about anywhere.
The Dungeon of the Dead.
That's a name I've not heard in a very long time.
If the goblins were going to settle somewhere up north, that's the only place they'd go.
We need an adventurer who's discreet enough to stay tight-lipped. Someone distinguished and fit to delve into the deepest part of that dungeon. Can we call upon your services for this, Lady Sword Maiden?
What do you say, Archbishop? Will you do this for us?
Pardon. The Archbishop's party is here, and requests to be let in.
We're in council, though.
Among them are silver-ranked adventurers.
I've been informed of the situation. I knew it was goblins. I'll go.
歪んで消えてゆくよ霞がかる空に月が泣く見知らぬ一人なくした面影に痛みすらなく夜は落ちていけ